Hola amigos, Dr. Labrunicky. Today I'm going to help you be successful on the AP Spanish Literature and Culture test by giving you 10 exam tips. Vamos a empezar. Alright, tip number 10. Communication is the goal. Share what you know. So, the theme for the AP test is to get you to express as much information as possible. Share what you know. Then after that, if you have time, then go through and edit for grammar, accents, and spelling. But sharing the information that you know is more important, more valuable. You'll get more points for that. And then after that, be concerned about the grammar, accents, and spelling. But write as much as you can first, or whatever you need to say first, and then go back and edit if you've got time. All right, and we need to have well-prepared essays. And so we need to get organized. We need to outline, outline, outline. Did I mention outline? So for the essays, you want to create an outline. What are you going to talk about? What things are going to support what you're going to talk about? And the conclusion, what did you talk about? So before you get writing on your essays, you got 35 minutes to write each of the essays. Get organized with an outline. Okay, so something very important to do is to cite what you're saying from the text. Give specific examples for the text. On the essay, it tells you that you need to do that. So write about what you want to write about, and then look through the text and find clips from the text that you're going to put into your essay. Put them in quotation marks and support what you're saying with these citations. So you might say, poema numero uno dice, and then find a clip that supports, put that in your essay, quotation marks. Según el segundo poema, again, quotation marks, find what you need to say to support what you're saying. You're going to get points for doing that. It tells you to do that. You have to do that. Please do that. Know thy exam. Memorize the instructions for each section of the exam. So in my previous videos, I've outlined what are the elements, the essays, the listening portion, the reading portion, the short answers. You need to be familiar what you need to do ahead of time, and you need to know what they're going to ask you and memorize what they're going to tell you, because those instructions will be the same year to year, but the different works that they give you is what's going to change. And so memorize the exam. That's going to free up time on the exam. That's going to prevent any confusion on the exam. Okay, next thing to memorize is the reading list. There's 38 items. The authors, the titles, the time periods. I'm creating some bonus videos, and I'm also going to attach Quizlets that go along with them, where you can practice and memorize them. And you're going to be asked to identify the author of this work. You're going to be asked to identify the time period of this work, and you're going to connect that to the title that they're going to give you on the short answer. And so it's very important. There's 30 items. You need to memorize them. That's your responsibility if you want to be successful. All right, literary terms and vocabulary list. I've created a video, a bonus video, that gives you 50 literary terms, and again, a Quizlet where you can practice. And as you're going throughout the year, as you're reading things, as you're studying, I want you to create your own list. For my students, every quarter, I make them create a 50-word independent list of words that they've picked out on their own, and they look up the definition in English, and they need to turn that in for 50 points. You should be doing the same thing. That's going to help you increase your vocab. That's going to teach you the words that you need to know to be successful on this test. So oftentimes reading comprehension, listening comprehension comes down to 80 to 90% just vocabulary knowledge. So you should need to be learning the vocab as well. All right, take notes while you listen. There is a listening portion that makes up 10% of your overall test score. There's 3 short clips, and you need to answer questions about them. How are you going to do that if you don't take down any notes? You need to take notes. And on the Spanish 4 test, on the Spanish language test, AP Spanish language, they let you hear it 2 times. On this test, it's more advanced. On 2 of the items, you only get to hear it 1 time. On the poem item, you do get to hear that 2 times, but on some of the items, the author interview, the literary analysis, you only hear that 1 time. So you must take notes because you need to refer back to those notes to answer the questions. All right, our strategy for answering the multiple choice questions, which makes up 50% of your exam score, are the multiple choice questions, and they might abbreviate it MCQ. is don't read then answer, but this tip is going to help you read the questions first, then do the reading, then go back and answer the questions. This is going to make the most efficient and effective use of your time, so you know what you're looking for as you're reading and then going back and answering the questions. So you have a limited amount of time and you need to use that time very wisely. And this is one way that you can do that. All right, up next is to be familiar with the 6 different themes that the works pertain to. So we've got la dualidad de ser, the duality of being, so 2 things in one, might be an exterior and an interior in one person. Las sociedades en contacto, societies in contact. This might be like Hernan Cortez, or when the Aztecs and the Spanish meet for the first time. La construcción del género, construction of gender. This might be an important theme for Sor Juana Inés de la Cruz y Hombres Necios. Right, up next, the 3 last ones, el tiempo y el espacio, the time and space. And this could be a good connection with La Noche Boca Arriba, where time and space are kind of interchangeable or go back and forth, or there isn't the normal time-space continuum. La creación literaria, this could be an example of Don Quixote, where he creates one of the most important, one of the most original works of the Spanish novel, where the main character Don Quixote is not perfect as the main character is in medieval literature. And then we got relaciones interpersonales. Relaciones interpersonales. So this might be a theme of peso ancestral, where there's connections and relationships and impact going on between the literary elements. All right, and we're coming down to tip number 1, most important, answer every question. Okay, on the multiple choice section, there's going to be 4 options per question. Even if you don't know the answer, that means you've got a 25% chance of getting it correct. Do not leave any bubbles blank. And you need to fill in, so fill that in. And then in the free response section, attempt your best to fill an answer and write as much as possible, because even if you're completely wrong and you give a valid attempt, you're still going to get 1 point for trying, and that point can make all the difference whether you get college credit or not, or depending, it could move your score up or down either way. Depending, if you leave it blank, you get a 0. If you make a valid attempt and are wrong, you at least get 1 point, and maybe you hit a point and you are right, even if you think you don't know. So never write in English, that gets a score of 0. Never write I don't know, that gets a score of 0. Never put down yo no sé, that gets a score of 0. So answer every question, do your best, and buena suerte en el examen de AP. Okay, so this was our last one, lesson 8 exam tips, and in the previous lessons I give you vocab and explain the test and break down each section of the test for you, so check out my previous videos, and I've also got a couple of bonus videos coming, so stay tuned for those. All right, gracias por mirar, Learning Spanish with Dr. L. Remember, if you click that subscribe button, it gives you free video access to all my videos to help you be successful on the AP Spanish Literature and Cultural exam. Adios, ciao, buena suerte.